Welcome back to Salty Sunshine. This is your host, Lisa. Happy New Year. I hope everybody's super hungover, eating a huge breakfast, and working out a plan to write and email your governors and mayors to stop local fireworks. No, like regular person fireworks. I think there should be professional fireworks, but let's do it. I think I just read that Netherlands outlawed it nationwide because it's not safe for the animals and people drinking have no business doing fireworks. I got home last night after a small get together, which I like to be home early on New Year's because my dog freaks out. And lo and behold, there's morons doing fireworks from their balconies, which is totally dangerous. And also, right outside the window, it felt like bombs were going off. And it's just dumb. And cars can like drive right in the middle of the street, not like a neighborhood street, more like a main street. And it's just unacceptable. We in this day and age, why are we still doing this? We're not allowed to text and drive, but we can drink and firework? No, please make it go away. I hope everyone had a great New Year. I hope you're hungover. I'm just finished here. I started watching. I wasn't going to do a podcast so quickly. I just did one the other day on New Year's Eve or the 30th or something. But I had to start the new year with my new obsession, Netflix, members only Palm Beach. I started it 2 or 3 days ago, and I just watched it all morning with nursing my headache from my 2 drinks. No, I'm kidding. Over 40, you can't drink that much because then you feel like shit, but I feel fine. I ate, I hydrated, I'm watching this train wreck. I don't care what anyone says. This has been a delight. This has been a pure delight to watch. Is it a train wreck? Yes. Is it ridiculously cheesy, tacky? What they're saying, you got to close one eye because it's kind of secondhand embarrassment. Yes, all those things, yes. Am I obsessed and fully entertained? Also, yes. Will I watch and continue to watch if they have another season? Abso-fucking-lutely. And thank you, Netflix, because I'm overjoyed. I'm dedicating this entire episode to a recap of Members Only Palm Beach. I'm obsessed. I think it's so good. I was entertained from start to finish. Everyone, I posted that I started watching and I couldn't believe just the intro. It was so tacky, right? You're just like, crazy. This can't be real. And some people in the comments are like me, what a fabulous train wreck, I can't look away. And some other people get very serious. It's not that serious. You can look at it and be objective and say, my God, how ridiculous. But at the same time, it's not that serious. They're not hurting anyone. Like, people get so angry. They're just, I feel bad for people that can't just look at things objectively, have an opinion and move on, and it doesn't have to be that serious of an opinion. I personally love it. I don't even know where to start. I have to get my thoughts together. I'm so obsessed. Okay, who's the cast? We have Hillary. Another thing. I have their ages here because I find it, and I applaud Bravo for doing the same thing. I love that women over 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. I love that they're online. I love that they're living their life to the fullest and being showcased and praised. And I think it's such a great platform for women that are older, and I love it. So I'll start with that. So Hillary's 60 years old. She's a real estate developer. She's our Jewish queen on the show, and she's friends with Jill Zarin because Heather McDonald from Juicy Scoop posted that she was at the premiere for Members Only Palm Beach with Jill, with Hillary, so they're friends. I'm surprised Jill, well, maybe she didn't have a choice. Maybe they didn't put her on there, but she tried to get on that show because Jill is so thirsty. So yeah, there's 8 episodes. It's easy breezy, smooth watching. It is so good. And when I say good, I don't mean, oh my God, is this quality? That's how I want to live. No, it's entertaining. Did I want to turn away? No. Did I want to turn it off? No. Did I want to fast forward? No. It's entertaining. It did it for me. Whatever that it factor, it did it for me. It's so refreshing because the Housewives, I'm kind of bored. I feel like they've screwed up the formula. The Housewives have zero substance. There's nothing to talk about. some of it's, but they've lost the plot. All they do is fight over dinner, and I don't want to watch that anymore. I like this. It's just like they're just being. It seems like they're just being themselves, and it's as ridiculous as it is. They're being themselves. Maybe they're putting it on a little, but they're not fighting the whole time, and that's something the housewives and Bravo need to look at. This is why it's so entertaining. They're not, even when they're upset with each other, they're not, it's not like super, super ridiculous and lingering and talking about the same thing for 2 years. It's just even keel. Keep it moving. All right, that happened 2 days ago. Great. Let's talk about it. Let's not talk about it. I don't know. It's just more of an easy feel, even though some of them can't stand each other. And I like that. I appreciate that. So housewives, take note. So Hillary, she's a real estate developer. She's 60. Taja, she's 53. She's in hospitality. Rosalind, the best one. My God, Rosalind's 54. She's a socialite. She does her charity. She moved from, I think, Pennsylvania. Maria's a DJ. She's 51. Romina's 39. She's the youngest one there. She's an aspiring singer and a fashion designer. Gail is Rosalind's late in life lesbian lover. No kidding. Gail is the what do they call her? The queen, the I forgot the madam, the grand dame of Palm Beach, which obviously this is all probably half truths here, you know. But Gail has been in Palm Beach for 40 years or something like that, 20, 40 years. I don't know. It's funny too, because on the show, when they say their name in the caption, it says, and I didn't realize what it was at first. It takes a second. It's not very clear the way they're putting it. So, for instance, Rosin will say 5-year member or something. Like she's lived there, or her fifth season, Palm Beach, fifth season in Palm Beach. And you're like, is this show new? I was confused. I'm like, is this the fifth season of the show? What are we talking about? Or the fifth season in their country club? But no, it's just the 5th year they've lived in Palm Beach. I thought that was weird. Who came up with that? To put 20th season Palm Beach, 5th season, 6th season. It's kind of bizarre. So Gail's lived there forever, and she's quote unquote passing the baton to Rosalind to be the next grand dame of Palm Beach, even though she's only been there 5 years. And it's really interesting. Gail and Rosalind are giving Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande vibes. Weird ass, woman on woman, straight woman on woman, weird lover shit. Like, it's so weird. It's giving, they're sitting on Drew Barrymore's couch on her show, and Drew Barrymore has her feet on them, and she's too close, and she keeps touching them. It's so cringe. Every interaction they have is, I love you. No, I love you. And you're so beautiful. No, you're so beautiful. And you're so smart and gorgeous. No, you're so smart and gorgeous. But I love you. Did I tell you I love you? Because I love you. It's so bizarre. It's bizarre. And it's every time they see each other. I'm just like, oh my God. It's very weird. It makes you uncomfortable, but that's like the joy of the show. And then Sue Bell, apparently Sue Bell, she's like 70 something. She's really elder as compared to the girls, but she's on I just started following her on TikTok, and she's on Instagram. I'm sure she has a lot of followers. She's an influencer. I'm like obsessed. It's so cute. She is a Palm Beach fashionista influencer. She was in Playboy. She was a model. She was a teacher and model and actor. She's 76. I love it. She's so cute. She makes her appearances in there in the show. I started following her because she's fabulous. I just think it's cute. I just think it's fun and quirky. And yes, it's over the top, ridiculous, and stupid. Do I want to hang out in that friend group? Yes, for entertainment purposes, but no, not in real life. You know what I mean? Like one night be like, oh my God, this feels like the Twilight Zone and I'm in a circus. Great. And then report back. But obviously I would never want to be in that circle just because it's not my vibe. We'll be talking 2 different languages, but it's fun to watch. So yeah, the relationship between Rosalind and Gail is bizarre. They have a lot of little parties, a lot of benefit charity parties, and Gail went to sit down in one of them and she fell over, and it was so sad. I'm surprised they even showed that. She probably begged them not to show that, but her wig was falling off her head. It was like, oh my gosh, you just see yourself like older and having that same kind of situation. And it really, it's like watching grandma fall over and her hair's coming off and she's sweating and she can't get up that easy. And it just gives you that, oh, and, but she's like such a bitch on wheels. After you're like, oh, she's such an asshole. Like she's really a mean girl, but not. Like it's not that serious. Again, these people are catty and silly and they take themselves very seriously and they think they're such a big deal. And it's like, come on, you guys are so ridiculous. But again, it's entertaining. So I personally really like Hillary. I know she comes off a little dry, but I think she's very down to earth. I think she's like humble in the sense that she's not trying to show off, or she's just like matter of fact, and I like it. She had a little tiff with Maria, the DJ, because Maria curses a lot. So Maria, let's talk about Maria, the DJ. People are being very cruel. I've seen some people be cruel in the comments saying she looks, I'm not even going to repeat it, like the other sex, and saying she's this and that. Okay, yeah, she's a ridiculous looking person, right? She's a lot. I don't like the meanness of it though, because again, it's not that serious. She can live her life how she wants, she can dress how she wants, she can do whatever. But people are going to have opinions, which is fine, but it doesn't have to be that negative. She has a deeper voice. She has a son. So all these stupid things people are saying is obviously not true, but she just works out a lot, which doesn't help because she has a very deep voice. She's abrasive and she curses a lot. Plus she has all these muscles. So all that put together, she just looks very, androgynous. And so I actually have someone that I know. I have a huge girlfriend group. I've lived in the same place I was born in like all my life. So I know a lot of people. We have like a group, and there's just, you have like these outliers that come in and frequent the group sometimes. And there's just one girl and she kind of doesn't fit in. She's friends with one of the girls and she reminds me so much of Maria. It's the same type of thing. You stick out like a sore thumb. You don't look like anybody else. You don't act like anybody else. You don't dress like anybody else. It's kind of like the black sheep, and that's what Maria is. And I always talk to her and I always make her feel welcome. She obviously has a friend in the group that brought her in, but and she'll talk to other girls, but you could tell like she's just kind of the outlier. And so I try to make her feel like welcome and not feel whatever, because it's not that she's lower class. I mean, what's the phrase for it? I don't even like to use that term. She doesn't have the, not the etiquette, like what is it called? She doesn't have the je ne sais quoi. I don't know what it is. She's a little less, she lives further away from than everybody. She doesn't have as much money or professional stance or decorum. She doesn't have that decorum, you know. She'll curse a little more. I mean, I curse too, but it's just, the time and place. I think it's like self-awareness too. Like you don't know how to adjust to your environment. And maybe she has a little bit of that, but it reminds me so much of her. And it's interesting because they have no self-awareness. I think that's what it is. I think when, if you walk into a governor's ball, you're going to, be on your best behavior and you're not going to act the way you do in your everyday life because you have to be a different you just do. You're not going to curse. You're not going to do those things so I think that's what it is. When you don't have self-awareness and you can't just be yourself everywhere. If yourself is that version that curses all day and says dumb shit, you got to learn to adjust that in certain environments. And that's what self-awareness is. Reading the room. You got to look around, read the room. If you see that you're cursing a little too much and people are looking like they're not enjoying that, maybe stop cursing until you leave and then you're back in your environment. You have to do that or you shouldn't hang around certain groups, because what's the point of hanging around a group that you're making uncomfortable, right? That doesn't make sense. So Maria doesn't get it. And so also the whole time watching, I was like, oh my gosh, have a drink every time Maria talks about her childhood and how her voice was suppressed and she felt unloved, and her issues with her mother. I was just like, stop. It was driving me crazy. And I'm so on Romina's side when she said, it's too hard to be your friend. It's exhausting. I don't want to carry your burdens. Not everything is about your childhood. You are very grown and you have to learn how to regulate your emotions. And I've been around people like that and they are exhausting. You know, we're not, everyone else doesn't have to pay for your childhood. um you could talk about it in a one instance or two if something comes up and like it's a certain situation and then you say, well, you know, I had a hard this or that, and that one time it's one and done. You're not allowed to keep bringing it up because no one cares. Let's be honest, people don't care about your problems. Let's be real, especially when it comes to your childhood. That's therapist shit. Nobody wants that mood in their environment, and you just have to stop. You can't say, oh my God, I'm crying, but you don't care about my, no, no, we don't care. That's just the way of the world. That's human nature. Life is so hard individually for everybody. Everybody carries their weight of stress and issues. Nobody wants to carry yours as well. And it's not that you can't say, oh, I had an issue today with this or that. That's different. Those are daily little tidbits. When you're bringing up your childhood for every problem you have in your friendships, that's an issue. That's something you can't be doing, and it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for them. Nobody wants to be around it. So that's interesting. And so that's Maria. She's a DJ and she dresses so, her boobs, oh my gosh. The implant situation on this show, it's so crazy. And they have so much money, you would think they would adjust the implants. You can have implants and not look like you have implants in the sense that they're not popping out of your chest ready to explode. I mean, the mountains on this girl's chest, it's uncomfortable. I feel like I can't breathe when I'm looking at her because on top of the fact that they're ginormous, she wears very tight clothing. She's super muscular and in shape, so the whole thing all together, it's overwhelming and it looks uncomfortable for her, so therefore I feel uncomfortable. So that's another aspect of the show, which is so funny. And it's interesting too because I feel like the girls are pretty nice to her as far as the fact that she looks so in your face with the boobs and this and the way she talks and everything. In spite of that, they're super nice to her. So kudos to them for that. Um, what else? Luann de Lesseps would die to be on this cast. What do you guys think? Can you imagine? I would pay to watch, throw Luann in there because all they talk about is their whole storyline is fitting into Palm Beach, being in the in crowd, and how to dress and etiquette, which is hilarious, right? Because you have the tackiest person on one side telling the other tackiest person that dresses different than them, even though they're equally tacky, you have them fighting about one knows how to dress and one doesn't. You both don't. Like nobody on the show has any taste or style. And it's so funny. I'm telling you, this is TV gold. This is something I did not expect to like so much, and I just love it. It's just the irony and the silliness. It's so. This is like having 10 Ramonas on a cast. All of them are Ramonas in that quirky way that you're just like, you can't figure it out. You're just like, you did not just say that. You did not just wear that. You did not just do that. That's what you're thinking the whole time, but in the best way. So this is like the Ramona singer doppelganger show. That's what this is. It's so crazy. And if Luann de Lesseps would get on there, she would school those assholes. Not kidding. She would tell everybody, well, that's darling. That's not etiquette. This is what etiquette. I mean, all they talk about is etiquette, and that's Luann's path. That's her thing. That would be so fun. She'll probably fight about etiquette the whole time. I'm telling you, this is such a great show. I can't wait for season two. I just can't. The irony. So Romina is the aspiring singer and fashion designer. She has this party and she sings her song. And Taja, I like Taja a lot. Hillary and Taja, I think, are my favorite. And Rosalind's my favorite to watch because she's so entertaining. But as far as like people I would want to hang with, Hillary and Taja would be my girls. Because Taja keeps it real and Hillary keeps it real. And that's why Hillary and Taja, I feel like, are close friends because they get it. They're just like, what are you doing? You know? They're the most real out of everybody, I feel. And Taja, during Romina's singing at her party, Tasha's like, I wouldn't hire her to sing at a car wash. She's just like, this is not something that I enjoy. Oh my God, it's so funny. She keeps it real. But I really like her energy. Taja's husband apparently was he a baseball player or football player? He's ex sports guy, but now I guess he does, maybe he's like a moderator or one of those anchors. So he's always away at work And so she basically has her parents. Oh my God, let's talk about Taja's parents. Taja's married, has a kid, or more than one kid, I think two maybe. And so she has her parents living with her, her mom and dad, her mom in particular. What? Ramona on steroids, Ramona on crack. She says the craziest stuff. So she lives there with her ex-husband. They got divorced when Taja was like, I think she said 3. The mom is a handful. She has Tourette's. She just says things that are nuts. And the mom's like, well, maybe you and dad will get back together because they live in her house. And she's like, no, we won't get back. We'll just fuck. That's her mother. That's her mother. Tasha's like, wow, I can't believe I came from these two hippies. They're insane. Her mom is TV gold. TV Gold. I'm telling you, it's so fabulous. And the other lady, Sue Bell, that I was saying, she's 76 and an influencer. She's kind of like our Patricia Altschul from Southern Charm. She's our Florida Patricia Altschul. She has like all the tips and tricks and etiquette and what to do this and what to wear. So she's cute. Going back to Taja, her parents are insane. Her husband's never there. So she basically is a single mom. And also Rosalind. So let's talk about Rosalind. Rosalind, she's very pretty. On the show, you have to like dig through the forest to look at her pretty to get her prettiness, if that makes sense. When she shows her before photos, you could tell how pretty she's a naturally pretty girl, and with all the work and the way she dresses now, it's hard to see it under all the mess. But she's very pretty if she would change her style. Because her hair is always the same. She just has like the hair always the same. She never puts it up or switches it up, but she has a nice body. She's pretty. She's naturally pretty. Her face is pretty, but again, her style messes that up. But she's also married, and her husband's not shown on the show. Tasha's husband's not shown on the show. Hillary's husband that she marries on the show for the second time. It's her 5th husband. He's on the show. Romina's husband's shown on the show. Maria's husband's not shown on the show. So Rosalind posted on her Instagram a picture of her husband saying he's not on the show because he's a very private person, but he's not keeping me from living out my dreams. So Rosalind has a very cute husband. They've been together since forever when they were young. And if you look at her Instagram, you can see old photos of them and it's really cute. They're a gorgeous couple. And I wish she would tweak her style a little because it's so ridiculous, but she's very pretty and her husband's hot. So, but he's not shown on the show. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, so Rosalind, she has that. First of all, her veneers or whatever she has done to her teeth, the whitening, or if it's veneers, I don't know what it is. It's almost giving. I just killed my family, but let's move on. Like she could go that route with the smile. She has that weird Stepford wife smile, and I think because she said she used to be in pageants, she's a very small town girl. She's very sweet, and she just has and because I guess she's trying to be Miss Fundraiser in Palm Beach and she's perfected her pageantry, that it's a little eerie and slightly scary. Like if her husband cheated on her, I suggest he wouldn't, because she looks like she'd kill you in your sleep and still have that smile. The smile, even in awkward situations, she's smiling in that weird way. And it's funny because all I can think about is, the smile's like freaky. It's like in a horror movie. But she's still very pretty. But she's very robotic, and she's trying to coach Romina into being dressing nicer, because Romina wears pleather and she dresses very sexy, and she's like younger and skinny and tall and like model-esque, and she's trying to make her be more refined. And it's just so funny. I'm like, is this for real? First of all, they didn't say, or I missed it, how long has Romina lived in Palm Beach? They're acting like she just moved there and she needs all this help. It seems like she's been there for a while. So I don't understand this situation with her mentoring her. The plastic surgery on these people's faces is so funny. The makeup, the plastic, the Botox, the filler, it's so over the top, just like all the other housewives. But it's even crazier because you pair that with the crazy hats and the outfit, and the outfits are crazy. It's floral galore. It's palm trees and florals and bright colors and Pepto-Bismol pinks and the whole shade, the whole range of pinks. You've never seen so many pinks. You've never seen so many shades of pink. And it's so tacky and it's so crazy mixed with everything else. It's a sight to see. Do not miss this show. I highly recommend. So, Rosalind has only been there 5 years. She seems to think everyone's jealous because she's really grown in her popularity in 5 years. That some people can't do that in 20. And she does have that personality, and she looks fabulous and statuesque. But her relationship with Gail is bizarre and creepy. Creepy. Um, yeah, they talk about Mar-a-Lago and Trump and meeting Elon Musk and Trump and Elon Musk and Trump. And I just picture all the liberals' heads blowing up. They probably wouldn't watch the show. The first time they say it, they just turn it off. Again, I don't think it's that serious. I think people need to relax for their own good and not take everything so seriously. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you how they think or see life. It doesn't affect you that, you know what I mean? Like, can't you just enjoy something without putting your personal stuff into it? Like, that takes the fun out of everything. Anyways, they talk about it over and over. Again, tacky AF. Who talks like that? But that's why it's like watching Ramona Singer, 10 of them on your screen the whole time. Because it's so crazy the way they're speaking to each other. It's like really, but it's delightful, right? Um, to just like watch it because it's entertaining. So what else? What else? What else? Hillary being married 5 times and she gets remarried on the yacht with her cute freaking fifth husband. He's super cute. I love their relationship. I like her. I don't know. There's something about her I like. Um, Maria's childhood stuff I could have done without. It's so overwhelming and so I don't care. Maria, we don't care. I'm sorry. It's not that's not any nobody wants that. Everyone has their own stuff, you know? Leave that at home. Um Romina wears matching outfits with her husband and they usually involve pleather. it's, it's so crazy the way she dresses, the way they all dress. It's so crazy, but she sticks out because she's always in her pleather. She also has ginormous boobs on her tiny frame and it's wild. It's wild. Um, Teresa Giudice was at Taja's birthday party for a split second. She doesn't talk to anyone. She's just shown like kind of dancing and saying 2 words to someone. So Teresa Giudice's friends with her and whoever else in that cast. Um, yeah, it's a really great show. I didn't want to. I was gonna do like a small video on social media to talk about it, but I felt like let me just go on here in the podcast because I don't want to rush my thoughts because I feel rushed when I do it on TikTok or whatever because, it's timed. So I really enjoyed the show. What else did I want to say? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's everyone's like, that's not Palm Beach. That's not our true whatever. You know what? Oh, I gotta say this. Speaking of that's not Palm Beach, they're saying, oh, so this one lives in Boca, this one lives in West Palm Beach. I mean, come on, we're splitting hairs here. They obviously live in Palm Beach, whatever that area is, close enough, adjacent. It's all the same thing. And some guy came out saying, listen, there's nowhere to live in West Palm Beach because all the land's taken. They have to build out. So yeah, a lot of the rich ass people that are coming from all over the place since COVID have had to migrate, you know, next door or whatever. They obviously are well off enough and close enough to the area, whatever, who cares? Obviously, you have the country club snobs that probably look at this show and they're like, that's not Palm Beach. But yeah, you know what? It's a part of it. You have Miami and you have the hookers and the gold diggers, and then you have the regular women and business people. I mean, there's different people in every area. You don't just have one type of person. Also, I will say, I will end on this, which is a true story. Years ago, when I was on a dating app, I live in Miami. I'm born and raised in Miami. I'm a normal person. People think Miami is Brickell, Miami Beach. Miami is much bigger than that. There's suburbs, there's regular, there's homestead, there's country life. There's a lot of different kind of people. And there was a guy that I matched with and he lived in Palm Beach or West Palm Beach, I don't know where. And when he asked me where I lived and I said Miami, he was so rude. And I get it. There's certain prototypes people think of, but that doesn't mean that's me. You can see my photos. I'm clearly not whatever he's saying. And he's like, he was very rude. I forgot what he said, and he unmatched me. He's like, I'm not into the Miami, which is rude, but understandable when you see some of the type of people that are in Miami. I get it, but it didn't make sense because he saw my photos. So there are snooty, rudy people over there. So people that talk ridiculous and you're like, what did you say? That makes no sense. There are people that are like that live over there. And it has to do, everyone, a lot of people with money, you run the risk. Either they're going to be normal, humble, classy, or they're going to be over the top, ridiculous, and lose sense of reality. And that happens a lot. So I think, yeah, that is a part of it. It's not everybody, but yeah, it's a part of it. So I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to watch. And I can't wait for season 2. And I look forward to hearing everyone's comments. From what I see, a lot of people are loving it too. They're hate watching, if anything. And enjoy it. Happy New Year!